A lot of people ask me, they're like, Brett, how in the world are you affording these cars on an elementary teacher salary? This is my $500 M50 swap BMW E30. This is my 5-cylinder 07K swap Mark II GTI. And over here is my 1996 GMC 2500 that I like to refer to as Big Red. This is the tow pig to haul the cars if they break, the drift cars to the track. She's an absolute unit, small block Chevy. I also have another E30, but it's currently at my shop. We were gonna 07K swap that one. Well, we still are gonna 07K swap that one, but the project kind of fizzled out. Kind of makes sense because I'm a little bit in over my head on that one. It's a little bit more expensive than I was anticipating. I thought I could throw it in there real quick and easy like. That one's gonna cost some real money. But to answer the question, Brett, how do you afford all these cars? The answer is I don't. I'm not in debt, but I have no money. But there's a reason for that. I have the utmost confidence in myself. Perhaps it's unfounded confidence, but I believe that I can become a full-time content creator, easy peasy, no problem. So I've been spending more money than I probably should be on my projects because I think it's a good investment into the future of my content. But that's a story for another time. That's not the purpose of this video. The actual purpose of this video is to show you how expensive it is to actually build a car, specifically one that's used for grassroots drifting. And this one's not even that nice, man, because I did it all myself. So let's get into it. Now with this car, there's gonna be a really big asterisk because I paid $500 for this unit. It was somebody else's unfinished project and then it somehow, like a lady ended up with it. I don't really know the full story, but I have it now and it was already M50 swapped. So as you can see, this thing already has an M50 out of like an E36 or an E34. I don't even really know what specific car this came out of. I just know that it's an M50 and it runs and it's pretty freaking cool. I couldn't even tell you how much this swap alone costs you to do, but if it's anything like my Mark II and my 07K swap, I'd say you're roughly $5,000 into an engine swap like this. But that's not gonna count towards my budget because I didn't pay for it. So let's put it up on the board, $500 right now. Let's just close this so we don't, yeah, let's just not look at this anymore because I didn't pay for this. So let's get into the nitty gritty of all the money I've spent on this car. The first thing I did to this car is I bought a Link ECU, $1,400. You might be asking, Brett, why did you buy a Link ECU for a completely bone stock M50? Listen, the ECUs that came with this car came with 3, all dead. Didn't work. I figured, screw it, I'm gonna go turbo with this car someday when I can afford it. So we might as well just build for the future and put a Link in it. And that way, you know, it's drift car, OBD1, it's hard to diagnose, and I can just hop on my laptop, plug in the freaking tuning cable to my laptop, and then I can go beep boop, beep boop. And I can check out what the hell's going on with the car, and then I can have a tuner remote in. I don't know, it just made my life a lot easier. So that's why I did it. So $1,400, add it to the board. Next up on the list, this car is going to be a Grassroots drift car, AKA my first ever drift car. I've never drifted before in my life. So we needed a bucket seat. This bad boy is an NRG Prisma Ultra, friggin' cherry red to match the cardinal red leather in here. It doesn't really match, but that's besides the point. This bad boy ran me about 400 doubloons. Add it to the board. Oh, and don't forget, when you buy a bucket seat, you need an adapter or some sort of like seat base. Mine looked like this. I put a picture up on the video. Editor, put a picture up. I'm the editor. That ran me about $180, $200. Put it on the board. So for a bucket seat setup, I don't have harnesses. I just have the stock seat belt over here, if you can see, and then it just clicks on right here. So this was about 600 bucks. 600 bones, 600 doubloons. Wouldn't be a drift car without freaking fancy camber and an angle kit. I don't feel like actually crawling underneath the car. I'll put a picture of the angle kit that I chose up there. That puppy sucker ran me about 600 bucks. Now you might be thinking, Brett, if it's your first ever drift car, you don't need an angle kit. Well, here's my reasoning with it. I spent about the past, I don't know, 6 months or so driving on sim, driving VDC cars, BDC cars, all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of got used to having all that angle. Some people might argue, well, the sim and the real life, whatever. I don't really care. This is my world. So I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's gonna make me sound like an asshole. I don't know, just talking to people who actually drive like drift cars professionally. Like I talked to Jimmy Oaks, I've talked to a couple people, Andre who drives that RS5 Audi. They said, get the angle kit. You'll thank yourself later, especially with like an E30 chassis. They like the angle, so I said, screw it. With the angle kit, you can't run 15-inch or smaller wheels, and that's really all I had, so I bought some wheels. Wheels are DTM Raider Works. Those ran me about $1,200. Add it to the board. You could do this a lot cheaper. You could go buy 4x100 wheels on Facebook Marketplace, but I didn't want to do that. That's why there's a really big asterisk on this video, because I could have done this 10 times cheaper, but I didn't do it because I make poor financial decisions. And that's why you guys are here, to watch me make poor financial decisions so you know not to do them. And of course, you can't have wheels without tires, so these are Accelerify R's from Tire Streets. I'll admit, I didn't pay full price, but if you don't have internet clout, you're gonna have to pay full price. These will run you about 400 bucks. Add it to the board! Okay, so far we got link ECU, we got an angle kit, we got wheels and tires, we got $1,400, $600, $1,200 plus $400. What are we at, editor? All right, whatever that number says, let's add more to it. You might be thinking to yourself, golly, that E30 looks pretty freaking clean. Well, I'll tell you why it looks this clean, brother. It's got a brand new wrap on it. I did it myself, so if you get really close to it, or if you ever see this car in person in the pits, and you look at the wrap job, you're gonna be like, wow, that looks like actual dog shit, because I did it. Remember, I'm an elementary teacher. Well, not anymore, but that's besides the point. The roll of the wrap cost me $500 added to the board. Specific vinyl wrap came from Cheetah Wraps. Not sponsored, unfortunately. I did pay full price for this, but 500 bucks for the roll of wrap and about 30 or so hours of labor and pain and agony wrapping this car. It was miserable. I hated every second of it. Actually, it's not really that bad. It's actually kind of fun, if I'm gonna be honest. It's just kind of relaxing, and you can just kind of try to figure out how to do it. I just got a hiccup. I'm gonna leave that in the video. But let's slow down for a second. As you can see here, these are not the stock fenders for an E30. These are over fenders from a company called Group Bavarian. These things are sick. Did I need over fenders? No, but I make videos on the internet and I want my car to look cool for the thousands of people on the internet. So I paid $1,200. Add it to the board. Oh God. Why did I spend so much money? These over fenders, front and rear, ran me about $1,200. That's after shipping and everything. That's the price that I paid. I mean, come on, just look at that body line. Just look at that, real nice and wide and bulbous. I had to buy it. I was losing money if I didn't buy it. She's thick now. You will also see we have a front bumper, side skirts, and a rear bumper. Those came from Duraflex. This is their burnout kit. This ran me about $900. It's really hot out, but you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, add it to the board! Really, guys, you guys don't have this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to spend any of this money for this, but I don't know. You gotta look sick nasty for the gram, and you gotta look cool on track. It's just so all the other drivers know that you make really poor financial decisions and to not hit your car because you make poor financial decisions. That's the reasoning. The last thing that I spent my personal money on is this intake. So this is a race German intake. This is actually like a canister filter, so I can make my headlight duct actually functional for my air intake. I didn't have to do this. I could have just got like an elbow from AutoZone and then just put like a cone filter right here. It would have done the same damn thing. But I wanted a functional headlight intake. Who doesn't? This ran me about 200 doubloons. Add it to the board! So let's tally it up. That's all the money that I've personally spent on this thing, and it's not even done yet. Doesn't have an exhaust? That's gonna be more money. Doesn't have a handbrake? That's gonna be more money. Doesn't have a dual caliper setup? That's gonna be even more money. Honestly, I spent more money on the aesthetics of the car than the performance of the car, but the first drift event, it did fantastic. So let's tally it up. $1,400 for the link ECU, $600 for the angle kit, $1,200 for the wheels, $400 for the tires, $500 for the wrap, $1,200 for the body kit, $900 for the rest of the body kit, the bumpers, the side skirts, the fenders, or not the fenders, the bumpers and the side skirts, $600 for the seat and the seat base, $200 for the friggin' intake. Editor, how much money are we looking at? Tally it up on the board! Really? Oh, God. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, God. My accountant's gonna f***ing kill me. Oh, God. That's not good. That's really bad. So do you guys remember how I said at the beginning of the video, this like build sheet or like price list is gonna have a really big asterisk because I did not pay for the actual swap itself? I bought this car for $500. It's really hot out, dude. Holy fuck. Anyway, I paid $500 for this whole thing. I would probably have way more money into it if I actually had to do the swap myself, because you gotta buy the ECU, the wiring harness, the engine, the trans, the clutch, the flywheel setup, the mounts, the trans mount, the drive shaft. You're looking at a lot of money. And like I said, probably around $5,000 for the swap itself. But I'm not gonna put that on my total because I did not pay for that. But just know if you wanna do a swap like this, you're probably gonna be around the $5,000–6,000 mark. I didn't even mention all of like the miscellaneous stuff that I did, like switches, wiring, heat shrink. Oh, I forgot coilovers. BC Racing coilovers, I forgot to put these on the list. How could I? It's a drift car, you need coilovers. You can drift on stock suspension, but I wanted to, you know, sick nasty, slam the car and then have like the dampening and stuff like that for the adjustability. BC coilovers ran me about $1,200. Add it to the board. So what's our total now, editor? Oh, good. Good. Oh, fuck. How many likes on Instagram did my picture get? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a good investment, I think. That was worth it, right? Did this car bring me in any like new sponsorships or anything? Did like any companies like see the really cool car and be like, oh, I can sponsor this car now that it looks good? Oh, they didn't? Ah, shit. Was this worth it? Ah, that really stings. Ah, I feel the pain in my chest. How much money do I make a month on YouTube? $100? I spent that much on this? I think I'm having a panic attack. Anxiety, a panic attack. Oh, the editor's telling me that you have never once tallied up the total cost of the Mark II 07K swap because you don't want to know? Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. I will never know how much this car costs because underneath, it's a total piece of shit. But it's fun and it looks cool, right? So, you want to build a Grassroots drift car that looks absolutely sick nasty for the freaking men on the Instagrams? That's how much it's going to run you. It's going to be expensive. And a lot of people ask me, Brett, why is the 07K E30 not done yet? Because this, and the Mark II, and the truck. Could I have used my money towards that? Yes, but I needed a seat time car. I realized that having a 5-cylinder turbo that was completely custom built would not be good for my first seat time car. So now that car is going to be more of like a Pro-Am, Pro level style build. It's going to be big horsepower, about 500 horsepower, turbo, roll cage, tube front, tube rear, the whole nine. But yeah, this is what it costs. This is what it costs to build a content car. But like, it's not even a content car because it actually works and I drive it. I drive it like hard. This thing is, it's screaming and crying for help. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna cool down because it's really hot out. I just had a panic attack because I found out how much money I spent on my piece of crap German E30 drift car that, I don't know, it looks really cool for the Instagrams and all the freaking men out there. Have I made any money back on my investment? No. Will I ever make any money back on my investment? Probably not. Was it a good investment? Absolutely not. Is it entertaining for content? Absolutely. Is that a good idea to try to pursue content creation full-time after you just got laid off by the government from your elementary teaching job? Probably not. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video of all of my pain and suffering, and I hope you guys really understand. Remember, this is a really big asterisk, so if I get a comment in the video that's like, oh, you could have saved so much money, I'm aware. I could have just bought an E36 or an E46 or an SN95 Mustang, and I could have had a drift car for way cheaper, but I didn't want to do that because I make videos on the internet and I wanted to entertain people at the same time. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, comment comment buttered sausage if you made it this far into the video, and please like and subscribe and go over to my Instagram, brett.07k, or my TikTok, brett.07k, and thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great night, everybody. I love you so much. Goodbye.